two were actually pretty complementary, so I just grabbed both. So it's part A, part B. Part A, how is VersoView development going? Can you describe in detail current development efforts, market expansion plans, expected applications, and when will they become commercially available? And then part B is, can you explain how VersoView works and what ways for users can make profits from your platform? So the first part, how is VersoView development going? Short answer is phenomenally. We are way ahead of schedule on everything. And that's it. And I don't say that lightly. Obviously, we crushed expectations when we released our alpha in March. That was 3+ months ahead of schedule. And then with Garuda Indonesia as the premier client, no less. Then the fact that we were able to release an alpha and actually get it approved on the Android, the Google Play Store and the Apple iOS Store. Anybody who understands development and particularly like consumer app development will know that that getting anything short of a retail release up on particularly Apple, Google, it's a little easier, but Apple just simply does not allow anything that's not consumer ready. Part of that, we did have a little bit of a leg up because we were working with a company the size of Garuda, and because Agency Fish has developed and released a multitude of apps over the years for various publications that they've done. So like our founders, they've white labeled apps for businesses over and over and over again and released them. So they sort of have the finesse. They know how to finesse it to get it to happen. But for us to be able to release that months and months early was a big step. As anybody who watched the last AMA I did, or the Bittrex Global Video AMA, knows that we are already in closed beta. We have withheld the announcement, and I don't mind telling you guys why. We've delayed that announcement. So the milestone was hit well ahead of schedule, and we're just delaying for marketing reasons, and I don't mind talking about that. Can you explain in detail current development efforts, market expansion plans, expected applications, and when they become commercially available? Okay, so closed beta is going on now. It is. I'll just reiterate what I revealed in the previous AMAs, but we are currently. It's running on private servers right now. It is being used by the actual customers of our client, and that client is a very large bank. So that they've many branches, over 26 million customer accounts. It's a large bank. And that's huge. And the feedback is phenomenal. So the phase to kind of give a concept of it, when we released the alpha, this was an MVP simply demonstrating what OpenView does. Now, OpenView, so can you explain how VersoView works? Question B, OpenView is our a patent pending AI publishing tool. So originally the VersoView company, the product, was this very simple tool, and the way that the AI works is it takes print publications. So if you're a CEO of a company and you send out a PDF to your accounting division, and then you want the accounting division to create a report and send it back to you in a PDF, you guys are like emailing these things back and forth to each other. And then when you get it, let's say it's a 70-page PDF, imagine reading that on a phone or a tablet. You're sitting there pinch and zooming, sliding, you're trying to tilt you're doing this with your phone, and it's just not a great experience. This is even worse if, let's say, you're on an airline and you pick up their in-flight magazine. It's fine, it's beautiful, right? It's a print magazine. Agency Fish, Julian and Steve, they've been publishing these print airline in-flight magazines for years, decades, really, for airlines, and they do a wonderful job. It's amazing. It's a great experience to hold a magazine in your hand. But what happens when you want a digital version? And now that magazine is in your phone. Well, now it sucks. Frankly, you're zooming, you're pinching, you're sliding, it's just a really terrible format. It's not very user friendly. It hurts your eyes, and it's really complicated to stay in the flow of a story. or an article or whatever. So what VersoView does is it's an inflow. It's a publishing tool. It's an inflow process where an entire back catalog and all future catalogs of a publisher, brand, business, whatever, they can input their info, their PDFs or whatever. They can upload it, and it's auto formatted into a beautiful format. Think Medium, only better. The AI properly places where advertisements should be, what's a header, what's subtext, what's pictures that are relevant to it. And one thing that people don't understand or don't know about digital publishing is that there's a lot of syndication that happens in the publishing industry. So, I might say I'm a publisher of a corporate magazine. I might have 2 or 3 articles that we write about our community or our airline or our business or our branch or whatever. Maybe our bank did a social outreach event or like a charitable event. We want to write about that. But then I might also grab and go out and syndicate a couple of important financial inputs or travel, relevant travel articles. The syndication around that, it is very specific what the contract allows. When you start editing them, including their format, you can violate syndication agreements. So if I syndicate a photograph from a photographer of the Golden Gate Bridge, let's say, and I'm allowed to have it this way, in this format, in print. And if I automatically just go put that on a website and now I've got a digital format, I may have violated the syndication agreement. So it's important that VersoView, the tool, understands that the AI puts those in the proper place and doesn't violate and doesn't create huge copyright infringement problems, which is a massive issue in the transition from print publication to digital publication.